Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Alice, and here's her story. Dear Ollie, I need advice. I strongly suspect I was raised by a vulnerable, covert, narcissistic mother. I married a narcissist in 2005, and we divorced 2 babies later after a hellish first years together in 2010. I moved back in with my mother after leaving my ex at the end of 2008 and stayed there for 6 years. Whether I was living with my ex or my mother, I experienced my parenting completely undermined on a regular basis. I was shown no respect as their mother. Every time I tried to discipline the kid, as I was told I was wrong. And the kids learned to be disrespectful towards me. No matter what I say, my oldest especially treats me as if he is my equal and I should treat him as an equal. In 2014, I met my current husband. We married in early 2015, and I moved out of my mother's house with the children. My ex-husband decided to take the opportunity to seek custody of our children. He stated his reason was that I didn't have the best interest of the children at heart and was neglecting their needs by creating too much change in their lives, i.e. new stepfather, who lives with his mother, new religion. I recently converted to a different religion, though I wasn't making the kids practice and learning. New apartment, new school. I only moved 15 minutes further away from him than I had been living before, and it was treated like I moved to the moon and took the kids away from everything they ever knew. In the end, I still retained custody of the children. However, he gained parenting time for almost the entire summer, and some other changes were made to the court order. Since then, my oldest has been begging to live with his father. After a year of this, I finally said I would consider him going to live with his dad, but that has been taken off the table due to my ex's greediness and him calling DCF on my husband and I with exaggerated claims against us. Things like making it sound like I starved them by withholding food, when in reality, on one day, only around 5 p.m., my youngest wanted to throw a sandwich away, and I told him, don't do that. You shouldn't throw good food away. He insisted he doesn't want it and should just, he insisted he doesn't want it and just throw it out. So I said, if you throw that away, that's all you're going to get for the rest of the night. He then looked straight at me and dropped it in the trash. There is a lot more to that as well. Obviously, he wants both children, not just the one who wants to live with him. By the way, because of my mother undermining me constantly and turning them against me, I almost went no contact with her. And now she goes through my ex to see the kids. She took his side during the trial, yet thinks she took no side because she didn't testify against me in court. Why is this cunt still in your life? Why is she still there? Because she's only going to continue to undermine you and feed your ex-husband, false information. But she would still go over to his house to visit the kids, even though at the time she could see them through me, and make comments that suggested that she thought he was the better parent, probably because she hated that I converted to a different religion. I didn't even realize how emotionally abusive she was towards me until after living with my husband for at least the last year. I'm finally in a healthy relationship and able to recover from the toll this kind of abuse has taken on me for so many years. My main concern is my children have been getting brainwashed against me at their father's house ever since he decided to seek custody of them. My oldest calls me a liar to my face, among other disrespectful accusations, and argues as much as a lawyer. My youngest, who is almost 7 years old now, is very sensitive and emotional, has temper tantrums without of control bursts of anger and results of him throwing, kicking, hitting, swearing at me, and saying he hates me. With DCF in the picture, and every discipline method I use is being blown out of proportion and twisted as abusive as I feel my hands are tied. My husband and I cope with verbal abuse from the kids now, and there is nothing we can do. What's more, my husband and I have a baby of 1 year old. We are worried that this situation is setting the stage for our baby to go through the same situation my older two went through when they witnessed so many years of me get undermined and put down by my ex. Also his wife, since he remarried about a year after we divorced, and my mother, to the point that my parental authority seems almost non-existent now. The baby will be seeing my oldest calling me a liar, my youngest swearing at me, and worried how this will affect him and if he copied this bad behavior and worse. Try to learn that he too can cry abuse when he gets older and understands the better power this accusation has. Do you have any advice on how to handle this situation? Thank you, Alice. Yes, I do, Alice. This is what you're going to do. You and your husband are going to go to a spy store and you're going to buy some nanny cams and you're going to put them around your place. That way it's always recording. That way, whatever happens in your place, your children speaking out, your disrespect, however you're disciplining them, is always going to be recorded. Then let the motherfucker make these accusations. Okay? And then you can show DCF exactly what went on and exactly what happened. And then it's going to be on him, where now you have proof of parental alienation, making false accusations and false complaints. I would cut your mother out of your life completely. You can't control whether or not the ex lets her see him. But if that's how she wants it, that's how she can have it. She's going to continue to undermine you, and she will end up testifying against you and giving false testimony. You have to set up your house to be recorded. So anytime, any type of interaction with your children, any discipline, and your son's going to learn, this isn't going to work. Okay? And let your son see this is what happens when you lie and you disrespect your mother on lies from your father. Don't let them know the cameras are there. Don't let them know it's being recorded. Go get some nanny cams that you can put in little knickknacks and have them recorded at all times. That way you have backup and say, here, because of these accusations, we went out and got these nanny cams. So you could see when these accusations, what actually, and here it is. So every tantrum, every interaction, because they're going to use it against you. Don't say anything negative against the father, against the stepmother, against your mother. Okay? They talk back to you, you send them to their room. All on video. Say, you are not going to disrespect me, and they will learn. Because you're going to need to protect yourself because of the way this is going. You need to have, because they could try to turn any accusation and use your own mother's going to be a willing participant in this. Isn't she? Invest in the nanny cams, or at least record on a cell phone and save it all whenever you're disciplining. But I would suggest the nanny cams in the public areas, kitchen, living room, kids' room, wherever these incidents take place. A GoPro in the car. In the car, have a GoPro. You might spend a little money on the technology. It's not that expensive. But in the long run, it's going to save you years of therapy and save your boys years of abuse. Years. You have to be prepared. You can't hope for the best when you're dealing with the narcissist. You have to be able to show irrefutable proof of what's going on. And that's your way out of this, Alice. That's what I would suggest you do. So thank you so much for your question and your contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice you have in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a private Skype phone call or have a private video made, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the final video link to pop up at the end of this video. That'll take you to my instructional video, which will tell you how to do all of that. Also, remember to like this video, share it where you can, and subscribe to my channel. And also click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. This is Ali Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.